We'll now continue with section 2.3 and discuss the slope-intercept form of a line. If the equation of a non-vertical line in x and y is solved for y, the result is an equation in slope-intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus b. The constant m is the slope of the line, and the y-intercept of the line is 0b. Let's begin by looking at an example. Use the slope-intercept form of the line to graph the equation 4x minus 3y is equal to 6. So remember that the slope-intercept form of the equation is y is equal to mx plus b. Specifically, what this is asking you to do is solve your equation for y. So we're going to come down here and we're going to take our equation 4x minus 3y is equal to 6, and we're going to get y by itself on one side. So I'm going to begin by subtracting the 4x, which will give me negative 3y is equal to 6 minus 4x. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. Now when I do that, I'm going to divide each of these terms by negative 3. So I have 6 divided by negative 3, and I have 4x divided by negative 3. So that gives me negative 2 for the 6 over negative 3. The two negatives on the second term make a positive, and we have 4/3 x. And so I'm simply going to rearrange the order of these two terms and write the 4/3 x first and the negative 2 second. So what do we know by looking at the slope-intercept form of this equation? We know that the number sitting in front of the x is the slope. So we know that the slope is 4/3. And the b value is the y-intercept. So remember, if we're talking about a y-intercept, we know that the 0 goes with the x, and the y value is negative 2. Now the next question is asking, or the second part of this question is asking us to graph the equation. So let's take the information that we have and talk about the graph. So we know that the slope is 4/3. And we know that the y-intercept is 0, negative 2. So on our graph, you can see that the point 0, negative 2 is right here. In order to get the other points on the graph, we want to remember that another way to look at slope is rise over run. So if I am sitting at the point 0, negative 2, and I rise 4, that means I'm going to go up 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if the run is positive, as it is in our case with the 3, I'm going to move in a positive direction, which is to the right. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to produce a second point. And once I have 2 points, then I'm going to connect those 2 points with a straight line. Let's look at one other example. Find the equation of the line that passes through the point 0, 3 and has a slope of negative 3/5. Then graph the line. Remember that our slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b. We do have the slope, so I can plug in a negative 3/5 in for the m. And this point is our y-intercept. And I know that because I can see that the x value is 0. So I know that my b value will be 3. So this is the equation of the line that we want to graph. All right, let's look at the graph. So we were told that the slope was -3/5. And we were told that it passed through the point 0, 3. So I would begin by plotting the point 0, 3. So over 0, up 3, we'd put a point right here. To get my next point, I would want to remember that slope is rise over run. So if the rise is -3, that means we're going to drop down 3. 1, 2, 3. The run is 5, so that's a +5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here lies our second point. Once you have 2 points, then you can connect those points and draw a line.